guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm here at the 2020 Chicago Auto Show, and guess what? Of course, we got to stop by the Chevy booth because there's some new excitement. This is the 2021 totally redesigned inside and out Chevrolet Tahoe. This one is the Z71 Tahoe. Let's talk a little bit about Chevy and this iconic vehicle. So this is their three-row SUV. The Tahoe, believe it or not, it's been around since 1995, replacing the old K5 Blazers. Things have gotten a little bland with Chevy over the years. They did some restyling tweaks, but they never really attacked the inside. One thing is for sure, with this new Tahoe, there's some big changes. First of all, the wheelbase has been extended to about 4.9 inches. The length is an additional 6 inches. What that's gonna do, it's gonna give you a more stable ride, but it's also gonna give you better interior space. I think the biggest news is what is out back with a full, first time ever seen on this vehicle, multi-link rear suspension. Independent rear suspension is gonna drop the floor and give you more room. One thing is for sure, with the Z71 Tahoe, it's no longer an actual package, it's a trim, totally separate trim, and it has a unique separate look from the standard Tahoe. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what's different about the 2021 Tahoe Z71. Right off the bat, very muscular, very powerful. This is going to go up against the sister brand, the GMC Yukon AT4. You can see what they've done with the headlight design, all upgraded, how it melds into the very large grille, very bright white LED daytime running lamps. We drop down, and then this is gonna be the zonk. This is fake. This is not a side air curtain like you find on the Silverado. This is just a fake grille. So we are zonking that. Now, as we come across the large front area, there is a lot of gloss black, and it is gonna be interesting to see what this looks like over time as it wears. But you have the blacked out bow tie, which kind of blends it in nicely. I'm gonna kind of move out of the way a little bit. Z71 badge, very nice touch. You drop down, a little bit more gloss black, but here's where you're gonna have the bright red, just like on the GMC Yukon AT4, bright red tow hooks. This part is plastic, but underneath, that's gonna be metal protection to work the inner bits underneath this, because they know Z71, you're gonna take this off-roading, it actually sits 2 inches higher than your standard Tahoe. Speaking of sitting higher, let's get on up. Up onto the hood, unique style hood, separate from the Yukon AT4. I like the way there's a nice body line that kind of comes up and then drifts away. Very large, prominent body lines, kind of give you a raised section. But from one side to the other, definitely very muscular, very off-road, of course. Now, as we come around the bend, I think these daytime running lamps really set it off. We come to the Z71 setup with wheel and tire options. So this is gonna be a 20-inch wheel. I love this gunmetal gray, a little bit of machine aluminum. Of course, it's sitting on those Goodyear Wrangler off-road tires. It's a 275 on the width, 60 series on the sidewall, and you can see that extra room that you get from this trim. Now, as we go down the side, you know what? The Z71 badge on the side doesn't look so bad. I think there's really nowhere else to put it. I do like the way the Z is hollowed out all the way with the 71. Does kind of blend in nicely on this metallic gray. You have color match mirror caps, a little bit more of gloss black. If you like cameras, you could get a ton of cameras, up to 9 optional cameras, of course, 360 camera as well. You got your Tahoe badge. I think they placed it in a smart place. I wouldn't want it any higher. Z71 specific running boards, which to me, if this is off-road, I don't know if that really, because that's gonna cut some of the ground clearance, at least on the sides. But it's nice for when you're climbing in and out to get there, or if you need to get on top to access something that you tied down, maybe you got some of the crossbars to these roof rails, you could gain access that way. You can see what they've done with the rear quarter window of the passenger doors. A little bit of gloss black extension on here. I think if you like gloss black, you're gonna love this. If you don't, over time, rubbing that, it's gonna show the wear. Now, when you get to the rear, large rear quarter window, I like the way they make it blend nicely into the plastic areas on the rear pillar, and then taillight design. Full LED taillights, all upgraded. Tahoe badge right there, smack dab in the center, blacked out Chevy bow tie. This trim, the way it integrates with the bow tie, looks really clean. We drop down, and what's nice with the Z71, no exhaust dangling down, nothing like that. Of course, you'll be able to get your full tow capability. Now, here at the show, they're not letting us pop the hood, but stay tuned. Raheel over at Dimmitt Chevrolet is going to give us access to the all-new Tahoe. 3 different engine options. 6.2 you already know, 5.3 you already know. That's 420 horsepower, 355 horsepower. The new kid on the block is going to be that optional V6 turbo diesel, 270 horsepower. But why don't we go ahead, we talked about the outside, let's check out the interior and see what's different on the 2021 Tahoe. All right guys, here we are inside the Tahoe. This is really where you're going to see the bar has been raised for this vehicle. The space from the extended wheelbase, that independent rear suspension, and the materials has been brought to a new level. Let's go to the door panels. So you're going to see a nice two-tone color motif, and I'm digging it because I like the darker gray and the lighter gray instead of beige. I think that was a good point. Some nice wood trim, some stitch work at the top, Bose optional sound system. You have your 2 levels for snacks, so you can keep your circus peanuts in that top one, and then the larger items like the box of Twinkies and some Yoo-Hoo in the lower pocket of the door panel. But definitely very classy door panel for the Tahoe. Now dash, same story. Look at the stitch work, the wood trim. Looks like I just chopped down an oak tree and brought it into the Tahoe. Even the AC vents have some silver trim. We get to the all-new infotainment system. This thing is awesome. Over 10 inches, clear as day. It's got the swipe feature. Let me get that out of the way for you. Swipe feature, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation. You got your climate controls. Everything is within here. This is kind of interesting. So they moved the AC vent. Watch this. Oh, I did the wrong way. There we go. Door number 1. Load that up with some breath mints. You're about to pick up your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, or wife. Listen, if you've been camping all day, they don't want to smell your breath. Get a nice breath mint, and then you could close it up nicely like that. We have our push button transmission. Actually, it's push pull, push pull, push pull, and repeat. That is your 10-speed automatic transmission. Love the silver. Nice slim on the AC vents. We drop down. You only got 1 fake button, so that's a wonderful touch. Radio controls, AC controls, dual climate. And as we drop down, you have, this one has just heated seats, no ventilated seats, but you can get ventilated seats, so that's good to know. Wireless charging, USB and USB-C, and a 12 volt. No lid though, and that kind of bothered me, so that's gonna be a zonk. I would like a nice lid. 2 cup holders. You have your huge, look at this thing. This thing is huge center console. It is an industry first power sliding. It could actually slide 10 centimeters, 10 inches back or 10 inches forward. Obviously, we aren't using the metric system because we're not in England. But anyways, onto the seats. They're simple, they're plain, but they're nice leather. The leather feels good. The stitch work is great. Of course, you're gonna get full power assist for passenger and the driver's side over here, and they're comfy. You know, we've been in a lot of Chevy truck products, GMC, and they've been kind of hard. This is actually really comfortable. Tons of headroom in here. Shoulder space, look at this. I could wear a full football outfit and drive this Tahoe down the street. But don't be a Yahoo. Get on over to the business end. I want to show you behind the wheel of the 2021 Tahoe. All right, guys, business end, Chevrolet. How do I know this is Chevrolet? It says it right there. No, I already knew this is a Tahoe. Chevrolet on the sill panel down here. You do have your power assist seats, which is great. With that lower lumbar, always a nice touch. They have the controls for your all-wheel drive, your 4-wheel drive setup here. 2 high, 4 low, 4 high. Real easy to get to. All your safety tech, obviously, in this vehicle. The steering wheel, it's a little thin, but you know what? It's leather. The stitching is nice. And then that dash, I like the analog tach, analog speedometer, and then you have the LED digital display there in the center with all your instrumentation. Nicely done. Of course, you're going to have on this one power assist tilting and telescoping steering wheel. So that's another nice touch to really get it to form fit your body as you're going off-road. But why don't we go ahead, check out the mid-row and see how your passengers are gonna like the all-new 2021 Tahoe. All right, guys, mid-row time. I'm telling you, my college dorm room didn't have this much space that your passengers are gonna have in this new Tahoe. And it's all thanks to the longer wheelbase, the vehicle's longer, and like I said, that independent rear suspension. 3 things, remember those things because there's gonna be a test at the end of this review. Seats, they're great. They're the captain style chairs. I'll put down the armrest. Armrest has been improved, so that is a thumbs up. I'm not gonna zonk that. We'll fold it back. Look at these guys though. Over 12-inch displays for your passengers. They could plug watch in, watch their movies, watch Barney, whatever you want to watch right there. Keep them occupied. Just make sure you have the snacks for them. You do have 2 pockets in case they actually want to read a book. God forbid if this ever doesn't work, you could put a book in here. We do have a nice little command center, cup holders, AC, look at this, USB, USB-C, and a home power source. So that's a really nice touch. Seats, they're great. They're supportive, plenty of headroom. They actually slide. That was fun. And they also recline, and they recline pretty good in here. Other than that, I am very impressed with what they have done. Let's get to the best part. Let's get to the 3rd row and see what the changes are like in that back seat. All right, guys, that 3rd row isn't gonna be tough for a grown man like myself to get back there. Now, you have 2 ways to do it. There's a button right here, which you can actually press and it releases, and then now you're just gonna go, voila, look at that. The great news is you got a lot of real estate for a landing pad for your feet. You could use here, or you could just jump right in. You know what? I live life dangerously. We're going big. So here we go. Up and at 'em. Stop staring at my butt. I'm gonna slide over and make it easy for Lori back here. Let me pick up this headrest here that's in my head. But you can see the amount of room here is great. My legs are much lower. My knees are much lower. And I have the seat slid all the way back, and I still have some room here. This seat can go forward. I'll slip the person to 20. Tell them to move a little forward for me. The great news is technology in the 3rd row. USB-C, USB-C, that's 2. You got your 2 people back here. It's actually not too shabby with the AC vents, easily placed. Let's get to the cargo area and see what improvements are for us in the Tahoe. All right, guys, this is the crescendo, the climax, the cherry on top, nice power assist. Look at the space that we have. With the seats up, you got plenty of room for strollers, suitcases, or better yet, boxes of Twinkies. If you notice, we can lift this up here. We got some storage space. Maybe you got to hide a gift from somebody. What better place than in your Tahoe? I'm gonna circle around here and show you that we have some controls. So nice home power source. If you're going camping, if you're going kayaking or whatever, and you need to inflate something, you could do it right there. Then we have our controls to put these seats down. So I'm gonna go ahead, cross my fingers. Nice, look at that. Look how smooth it is. What you are looking at is over 123 cubic feet of space. If your wife kicks you out, get an air mattress and you can live out of this Tahoe. So you don't have to go to Tahoe and have a log cabin or something. You can live out of the back of your Tahoe. Now that sounds like an adventure. Push button, drops down nicely. What could we say is the new Chevy Tahoe, especially the Z71 SUV of the year? That's yet to be determined, but definitely GM has brought it and brought it big by not only changing up the outside, but also changing up that pesky inside as well. If these are the types of SUVs that you want to see on Rady's Rides, these large and in charge SUVs, leave a comment in that comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to give it up to my wonderful wife, Lori. She'll never want to kick me out because you know what? We love one another. So thank you, Lori, for all your hard work and dedication. Show her some love in the comments. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.